Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tommy, and I confirm time flies. We are officially in the episode 8 of the Jurassic Park Atlantis speedbuild series. And this park is starting to look like this park. Did I say this park? This park is starting to look like a park, actually. And it's been quite a while since we started this park, and we only have 2 episodes left after this. And here you can see me editing the inner circle. We are at the inner circle of Atlantis. We still have some space left for some enclosures. These enclosures will come in episode 9, and then in episode 10 that will be the grand finale. I have something huge planned for the grand finale, and if it doesn't work out, I am going to go out of my mind. Here you can see me deleting some of the fence because I found out that I don't know, I must have messed up during the initial path work, and it was a little wider than the rest of it, so I was like, well. And of course the middle circle has to have circles, and then I was like, where do I put the shops though? So I put the shops in the middle of those circles. At this point I knew that it will have to be something big, like I'm gonna have to do something grandiose for the inner circle, for the innermost circle around the Spinosaurus exhibits. It's just one Spinosaurus exhibit. And at the same time, I do have to say that I was getting a little fed up with all of these guest sections that you need to have like around all the enclosures. Don't get me wrong, I love this park. I love building something like this, but it's been a little overwhelming because I realized that this build, like the plan of this build, requires so much so many guest sections, like between like every single circle of water, there has to be a circle where the guests can walk, and you want the area to look good, but we want to be symmetric, so the guest sections cannot be very small. They have to have this, width to them. Here I was trying to do waves with the paths. I was like, okay, it's Atlantis, it's circles, and it's water. So I tried putting water in those, like inside those waves, but it looked sad because you can only put so much water in this game between 2 paths, which is really a shame because I wish we could do more. I wish we could do more with this water, with these paths. And I'm putting bathrooms. I'm trying not to forget the bathrooms now. And what was I saying? I was saying that no, I wouldn't say that I'm fed up with the park. It's I love the park, but it's been quite a lot, and it became like, like once a week you have to do this. You want to do this, but you also have to do this. So I'm not really sure what I want to say. I'm just very happy that I can see this park grow into such huge proportions, and I really am glad that it's getting full. It's going nicely. So we have 2 more episodes, and the final one is going to be something that I hope that works. And I hope that it works better than I was able to do it in the first game, but I have a big bang planned for the finale, or at least I think so. I don't want to hype you too much and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is so bad. Sorry about that. And I was thinking about, like building and stuff, because people, I need to find your name, buddy. I'm sorry. It's Jurassic World Archives on Instagram. I'm like almost 100% sure. Jurassic World Archive. Great pictures, by the way. You guys go and check it. And he wrote a comment under my post like, I don't have the patience that you have for something like this. And I replied, well, I don't have the patience either. And these build sessions of mine usually go along with a lot of swearing. And you would be surprised how nervous I can get while building something like this. You know, like sometimes you can just hear me vent a little bit when I cannot fit something somewhere, or I can't put something somewhere, or something doesn't work out, and I'm just like, you know. So yeah, but fortunately you don't get to hear it ever. That wouldn't be very nice. I thought to myself that I wasn't using these palms and planters enough, so I did use it here. This is a fountain bonanza. I went crazy with the fountains because I was like, it's the inner circle. It has to be grand. It has to be wow. It has to be like, this is the culmination of the park. Like, the guests come and they see some parts, but then you see, you know, like the middle part, and then there's the Spinosaurus, and you're supposed to be in awe. And I was going for a little less in this circle. I wanted it to feel Atlantian, I don't know anymore. It's I don't know what the adjective is. Atlantian? Is it Atlantian? I'm gonna need to check in the dictionary. But what did I want to say? I do this all the time. This is, by the way, the Ouranosaurus enclosure that I'm building here. I wanted to do a rock wall, and I wanted to do something differently, but I didn't have an exact plan for these two enclosures that I'm doing here, so I'm just winging it. I'm going as I feel it. I went with something like this. I said to myself that they need some greenery. It cannot just be all water. And I'm using the red dirt, which I discovered that I really did like, actually. I love using it because it gives that something else, you know, like that little flair to the enclosure. Putting in more rocks and putting in the Ouranosaurus, of course the Camp Cretaceous one. The other one is hideous. I'm sorry if you like the original Ouranosaurus. I actually do have a friend that likes the Ouranosaurus, so I'm really sorry, Wojtik. But yeah, it looks a little like a toy because it's lacking some texture. So I was really glad that this Ouranosaurus from Camp Cretaceous made it, even though it's very tiny. It's so tiny. It's so weird. And for the last enclosure, well, you'll see the last enclosure, but I was still editing this section. Yes, that's what I was originally saying. I wanted this part to be more rocky because I wanted to keep the feeling of, you know, like being in Atlantis, all, you know, like based around water and rock and sand. And we had a swamp like near, so it's like too many trees and you can barely see the water there from up above. But then again, the guests don't look at the park from up above, and that's what people tend to forget. I am guilty of this as well, and I'm also guilty of not using these birds enough. So I was like, okay, what's left here that I haven't used? And of course the Spinosaurus skeletons, they you could already see them once in this video, but here they are again. I needed to use them, of course, because it's, you know, like in front of the Spinosaurus. What else could you use there? And I also found out that I wasn't using these Spinosaurus Spinosaurus skull planters enough, so I was like, why not use it here? And for the last enclosure, I wanted to do islands at first, but then I was like, river. Let's try river. Let's try something similar than the baryonyxes have, but it should be like more narrow, and it should all be like a river bed / river bank kind of thing. I wanted to raise these parts just a little bit, even though, as you can see, it wasn't exactly successful, because then you erase everything else when you're working with this much limited thin space. And I used the red dirt again. I don't know why, but I started loving the red dirt. Dirt, that's a good word. That's a good Slovak word for dirt in Slovak. So the word of the day is špina. It sounds. It's also a slang derogatory term. So, when I said it like that, it sounded very nasty. But the dirt in Slovak is špina. And also, if you want to say something nasty to someone, but don't tell anyone that I said that. And I started using this dirt because it gives the enclosure something different, something else, some extra flair. And also these trees, whatever they are, I don't know what they're called, but I was like, okay, let's go for a little more like savanna-esque feeling river experience. Running out of these names that I can call these things. That's why this episode is called the Hadrosaur Bonanza, because I was like, what do I name it? The Tsintaosaurus Creek or something. And yes, we'll be putting Tsintaosaurus in it, and Olorotitan. Those two do belong together. And controversial opinion, of course, because why wouldn't I have a controversial opinion? The Tsintaosaurus is, I think, the superior dinosaur and is more beautiful, even though I love the Olorotitan because it's gracious, it's elegant. And here we have the overview of the almost finished part. It's like not almost finished, but it's like almost finished. And here you can see the guest sections, and you can see the citadel in the middle, the Spinosaurus citadel. I named it Citadel, yes. And I also, again, want to urge you to name the dinosaurs. We have still plenty of dinosaurs to choose from. Now we have all these lovely hadrosaurs. I want you to write in the comments if you want me to name a dinosaur after you. And I swear that I will show you the dinosaurs by the end of the series. Don't worry, we will visit all the named dinosaurs together. I forgot last time, and I'm really sorry about that. This is the very fountainy guest section, but it looks so magnificent. It looks very good from up above like that. So play with the fountains, people. Play with the fountains. It is very nice. And we are slowly, we are already here, approaching the Tsintaosaurus and Olorotitan enclosure. This is the, I can call it the Hadrosaur Brook or River. I give up. I give up with naming these enclosures because I don't have a name for the Ouranosaurus one. The Ouranosaurus enclosure is just like random enclosure number 13. And these are the Olorotitan. I will link the skins in the description, of course. For the Ouranosaurus, it's easy. It's the Camp Cretaceous one. And I love how it looks. I don't like that it's too small. It is a little small, but I guess you can't have everything. And I prefer this Ouranosaurus, and I love this Ouranosaurus. This Ouranosaurus just like bumped up the ranking, the overall ranking of the Ouranosauruses in my parks. And with this, I will say my goodbye. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tommy. If you like the video, please consider subscribing because I have more of this content or similar content coming. I have tutorials, I have parks, and we'll be premiering Jurassic Park San Diego just this weekend. So I hope I'll see you there, and have a great day, and bye.